close enough to the US Air Force Base, or what was the US Air Force Base. So the UFO landing site's about a mile that way into the trees. So obviously for them to have seen it, there is a watchtower thing over there. Try and zoom in on it. So that there, possibly that was the location. And then they would have had good views over there because there's an airfield, an old air, the runway sort of sits between me and those buildings there. Can't see it from this view. So maybe there would have been a position there and they could have their arcs, their view was onto that area. So possibly in the sky around there. Then this lighthouse, it's no longer there, by the way. They knocked it down 5 years ago, which is a shame. The coast is a few miles that way. It's about 2 or 3 miles that way. And of course that was what they might have seen in the forest. But I'll have a look when I get closer to it. But that is possibly what the sentry point was. But I'm going to keep walking down this fence line to the end of the base. Then I'll go left and then I'll head towards the landing site. So you really get now of the sort of scale of the place. So they're obviously aircraft hangars. You can see the tarmac for the runway as well. I believe that's where the planes would have landed in from that direction from the east. And that's west. So it's an east-west runway. And you can see them. I've actually been in them hangars myself in the past. But gives you a size of the sort of scale of the place. I'm going to keep walking anyway. I left Rendlesham base sort of a while back. I'd imagine these sort of tracks have always been here. Been here for a long time. And possibly, because I'd imagine American soldiers being American soldiers, they don't tend to walk as much as British soldiers, because A, because they're lazier, and B, because they've actually got the equipment. So they've probably drove, because this is the way now to the landing site, and they probably got in their Jeeps or Land Rovers or whatever. They probably used this very track that I'm walking down now to go towards the lights, which are basically in this direction. And also the lighthouse would be in this direction, but this is in 2026 and it's a thick forest now. Probably would have been a thicker forest then. It's had a bit of deforestation since. That's what them tyre marks are there, where machinery's cut through and done a bit of logging. But maybe you'd see faint glimmers of the lighthouse coming through the trees there. I don't know, maybe. But it's a fucking stretch to me from where I'm standing on the ground. You probably wouldn't have seen it, to be fair. If it's 2-3 miles that way, I don't think you'd have seen it. I think what they've seen was something else in the forest. There are clearings like that as well, but it's over there. These trees that are there now, they would have been there then, because they're at least fucking 75, 80 years old, them trees. So they would have been there. So basically, it's in there. I might even walk through the forest bit rather than use the tracks to get there, so I can get a better idea. When I get to the UFO site, I'll send another one. So I'm going to come off the beaten track now. I'm going to go and cut through the woods. You can still find like sort of semi-trail through the woods, and it's often made by deer and animals. Make over time they use the same tracks through forests, feeding trails or where their dens are or whatever. I've come off the trail now a bit. You can sort of still see it. Probably not to the untrained eye, but certainly my eye can see them. These trails. Now I'm going to be coming right up to this thing now, so I just wanted to film the last part up to it, because this is probably the direction they walked through it. Now I'm guessing this is where it is, because I can see the thing in the woods there. It's that thing that's marked. I believe that's the statue that marks the point. So I'm guessing they sort of came this way. It's on a bit of a hill in the forest, so they would have walked uphill to it. And yeah, this is it, I think. And then this one about to go to is the actual point, apparently, where it happened. This is where it happened, like. So this is the famous Rendlesham Forest location. And as you can see now, they've put a UFO statue there. I'll get some pictures of it, send you as well. This is it. This is the clearing point. Right here, this is it. Right here, this is where they fucking seen it. It's mad because there is a clearing, so the wood sort of ends there. Now, I don't know if that would have been the case back then, but there's like a farm in there through that bit of clearing, about 50 metres that way, and it's like open ground. So it's plausible that with that open ground, and that goes out towards the coast, that they might have seen those lights. But the fact that obviously here, certain things happened the next day, didn't they? When they come to investigate, and like bits of wood had fucking burnt off, and there's marks in the ground where it had landed. So I do think they seen something here, whether that was extraterrestrial, Russian, Soviet, or I don't know, something else. I don't really know. That's just a little bit about it, basically. It's mad because it's one of the most famous UFO stories ever, and I'm the only person here. Mental, like. So I'm going to sit here, have some lunch, and then I'll walk back to my car.